Bezel-less phones have become the trend lately, and believe it or not, Sony has been with it this time. Today we have with us the Sony Xperia XA1 Ultra with a 6-inch near bezel-less screen and Sony's top-end 23-megapixel rear camera. The Sony Xperia XA1 Ultra sports a nearly bezel-less screen which looks quite striking thanks to the large size. The device is sturdily built with no untoward creaks. The sides are slightly curved while the corners are sharp, giving the device a slab-like look and feel. Notice that there is no fingerprint sensor on this phone, which at nearly 30,000 rupees is certainly a misstep on Sony's part. While some may argue that a fingerprint sensor is not a necessity, but at this price, Sony is not targeting the first-time buyer. The design is seamless and attractive, but the Xperia XA1 Ultra is not ergonomic by any stretch of imagination. The XA1 Ultra comes with a 6-inch Full HD display. While the 367 ppi pixel density sounds somewhat low, the Full HD display on the device looks great. To be clear, Sony's display is not the most colorful and it doesn't have AMOLED level contrast, but it brings a pleasant mix of everything. Colors are well balanced and the contrast is high enough for things to look good. The screen is also scratch resistant and doesn't take to fingerprints easily, making it a pleasant experience overall. The XA1 Ultra is powered by the Helio P20 chipset from MediaTek. To be clear, Sony provides a decent experience here as well, but it is not the fastest phone out there, and noticeably so. The device is smooth as long as swiping across screens and in-app performance is concerned, but it suffers from occasional stutters and lags that will only increase over time. For instance, gaming performance is mostly smooth, but many in-game transitions and animations tend to be little choppy. From a performance point of view, the XA1 Ultra does not qualify as fluid or smooth. The company has evidently tried its best to optimize things out here and succeeded to some extent. It is possible that the MediaTek Helio P20 is more inclined towards thermal and battery efficiency than raw power. The device sports Sony's 23-megapixel camera on the back with f2.0 aperture and the IMX300 sensor. The pixel size lies at 1.1 micron, which again does not push the limits of low-light performance. On the front is a 16-megapixel sensor, which is difficult to miss thanks to the rather large module. Images taken by the device capture a decent amount of details, but color saturation is slightly higher than usual, which is a surprise coming from Sony. Also, we noticed a greenish tint on some photos from time to time. Lastly, low-light images are decent, but noise levels are higher than ideal, reducing details. There are a lot of compromises with the Xperia XA1 Ultra, and we can live with most of them. What we cannot ignore though is the 2700 mAh battery on such a large form factor. The device lasted just over 8 hours on the PC Mark Work 2.0 battery test, which translates to about 10 hours of regular usage. That would get you past a working day, but one wonders whether that is sufficient from such a device. Overall, the XA1 Ultra has many of the big screen options available on the market today. It is difficult to get past the fact that it doesn't have a fingerprint sensor, but even if that doesn't matter, the value proposition just is not enough. The XA1 Ultra is a dependable smartphone, but at these price points it is difficult to justify, which brings us to the last aspect of this review. A Sony fan will perhaps be fine with a dependable smartphone made by Sony. However, with phones like Samsung Galaxy C9 Pro, Galaxy C7 Pro and the much cheaper Xiaomi Mi Max 2, there is little to justify the device. While those phones would suit big screen lovers, the Honor 8 Pro and the slightly more expensive OnePlus 5 are far better smartphones in all respects than the Xperia XA1 Ultra. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like and share this video.